pulling up to a stop right now, so can't have this. Damn it, copyright stuff. I had something on my mind today. I don't know what it was, but I mean, a spiel is a spiel, so might as well continue the spiels. We're doing a little different today. We're doing me today instead of the road. All right, it's gonna be a short one. My battery's low, so whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But like, you know, the point I want to make is going back to like the heaven and hell and all this and stuff and blah blah blah. And aristocrats can't take care of them. You know, everyone's greedy. It's fine, whatever. But you know, like, if like you could have anything, right? You could have anything in the world, anything in the world, anything in the world, anything in the world, anything in the world. What would you want? You know, what would you want? You know, a lot of people answer that very materialistically. Some people will be like, oh, I would love to have a relationship. You know, that's next tier. You know, businesses like that. Then you have the third tier where you're transcending all of that. Okay? I would say I would like to own or make my own time machine, you know? But then I realized something, because I was like, why am I working so hard? What am I going to achieve in my life? You know, I needed a direction for myself. So I realized something. It was like, wait a second, if I want a time machine so bad, we already own one. Every single one of us owns a freaking time machine. So what are we waiting for, guys? What are we waiting for to start our lives tomorrow? The human body lets us travel through time, and yet we're here fixated on the past. Because we can't go into the future. We can't see it. We can't make it. We can't be that bountiful where people who have 27 bathrooms in their mansion, they need to add one more. Fine, you know what? If it makes you happy, go ahead, have that. But don't hoard the rest of the crap. You know what I mean? You should go to Africa, industrialize that place, you know? Irrigate it, like the Nile with the Egyptians. They had farms. What happened to that? You don't want to do it, that's why. So, if we can just recognize this fact and act accordingly, we would have a heaven on this planet. The unfortunate part is that we have people in the low vibration that are, you know, real animals. They're just human beings, but they're animals. So it's going to be hard to figure out what the hell is going to happen. So if we can't behave, this is the life we have. This is the world that we have. We need to have policemen. We need to keep people incarcerated, and that's a lifestyle. Being incarcerated is not... Being homeless is worse than being incarcerated. So, as a homeless man, I don't know why you guys don't commit crimes and just get free room and board. You know what I mean? You could go to college in jail. You could come out with a 4-year degree. What are you doing being a bum? What are you doing being a bum? Go commit a non-hideous crime. Like, you know, I mean, like, I don't know, it's going to be hard to find a job after you commit an armed robbery. And you're not going to get more than, like, I don't know, 6 months if you're just going to do petty shit. You know what I mean? So you have to commit I mean, listen, the best you can go is walk into a bank, have a finger in your pocket, and just be like, give me your money through the coat. So you don't have a weapon. They can't really, you know, but you're robbing the place. You know, go to a real nice place. You know, get yourself... You know, take the little petty money you have and get yourself to a prestigious city, you know? If you're in the New York tri-state area, you know, get on the, you know, if you're in Connecticut, get in there, man. Get on that train and get yourself in there, you know? Get yourself in that city and go rob, like, Chase Morgan in a city or something. They won't like that. You know, when people, officials don't like something, they smite you. They bring the hammer down. With the gavel, you know, and then you're like, I got 7 tickets. because I wanted to pull over to a safe road, and the cop kept tailgating me, and it was a school zone, so he wanted to write me up for going 25 in a 20 or whatever. Newburgh people, you know? That's what you get. This traffic. So, imagine if, but like I'm saying, these humans are literally just animals that know how to talk on the phone, drive a car, use a cell phone, and pull a trigger. There's no morals, ethics, anything. I've already said this in other videos. I'm reiterating it. I know, but you know, enough times it will gravitate to an audience. Okay. So if we look at it that scale, and if we eliminated all these people who can't function in the exterior free world without being heinous or committing crimes, or, you know, I'm not talking about cheating, okay? You know, there's a degree to the chaos, because, you know, imagine you don't put the pencil in the right place. Oh! So, you know, there's got to be a leeway. You know, you got to have morals and ethics and carry yourself with value. And if everyone did, and everyone saw that they're abundant, and they're like, hey, listen, I have an extra $10 million. Let me not just give it away. Let me actually create something. Let me actually buy some land, build some houses, put some people in there. You know? Like, do something fun with your stuff. Like, what is the point of amassing millions of dollars that you need $75 million a year to upkeep your, like, $400 million yacht that you don't even use? Just sits there. It just sits there, you know? I would have made it, you know what I would have done if I had a yacht? I would have made it into a full-line resort. You know, like Carnival Cruise Lines? But I would have just done, like, not Carnival Cruise Lines, but I would have done, like, you know, I don't think you could put roller coasters on Carnivals, on cruise liners, but weight shifting, too much instability. But for sure, you could get some water slides in there. So imagine if the whole boat was a rig, okay? Like an oil rig in the middle of the ocean, like in a nice area, tropical Caribbean, all right? Freaking things like massive. Stable environment, nothing crazy, right? Now imagine that. People would be coming from the Carnival cruise liners to your platform to spend 7 days and then hopping on another or whatever. You know what I mean? Think like that, brother. Think like that, brother. All right, guys, peace out.